Councillor Sarah Doucette, you wanted to, with the remaining few minutes that we've got, I know that both of you have a few comments about some issues that mean a lot to you. Sarah, go for it.
Swimming pools. I've been trying to keep swimming pools and successfully keeping swimming pools open since 2002, then again in 2008. Right now, there's 7 swimming pools listed to be for the city to remove funding from them.
These are TDSB school pools that the city currently funds for recreation programs.
Yes.
And now the city is considering pulling that funding, and that would mean that
they would probably
be closed. Yeah.
As most people know, in 2008, the TDSB had an issue where they couldn't fund pools anymore. Active parents, including myself and councillors of those days.
I remember that time
You were there
very
as well.
Yep.
Yes, exactly, as a trustee.
Yep.
So trustees, we all got together and we brought revenue in. So what I've been trying to do is look at these 7 pools, look when they're being used in the daytime by the schools, evening time and some weekends by the city. What time is available? Let's do the same campaign. Let's bring in revenue to help offset. But I am requesting the city don't cut the funding just like that. We were working on negotiations with the TDSB. As far as I was concerned, everything was going smoothly. And suddenly overnight, these 7 pools came up.
And there were meetings happening between
since September 2010.
The city, the school boards,
yes.
And our communities, chaired by former Mayor David Crombie.
Correct.
And guess what? When we come back in January, we're going to be taking a break, and I'll tell everybody about that too. Actually, I'll mention it now. This is our last show before Christmas. We're not going to do a show on Christmas, and then we're going to come back with a New Year's special. But in our first live show, first week of January, former Mayor Crombie is going to be on our show to discuss this topic.
Brilliant.
So obviously, we invite parents and other residents and students, everybody, to get involved in the conversation. Vince Crisanti, you alluded to it before, but you really plan to champion getting rapid transit on Finch.
Yes, Josh, and thank you. So that's where I'm going to start. On a commission meeting a few months ago, I tabled a motion requesting a report to look at an interim solution for Finch. And unfortunately, the report has taken longer than I anticipated. It looks like we're going to get something come back to the commission in the new year. And of course, it's going to cost some money to fix it. And we'll cross that bridge after. First, we're going to look at Finch. We're going to agree on a solution that will, in the interim, move people a lot quicker along Finch Avenue. The other item I'd like to mention too, as well, is the community centres. As we all know, there's 12 community centres that we'll put on the table amongst everything else, and as part of the budget process, these things get looked at. I've been fighting hard since the moment I learned about the Thistletown Community Centre, which is a community centre in my ward, and I'm making excellent progress from the point of view of ensuring that we save that centre. I'm also working hard in my particular ward in terms of attracting development. I will invite all developers to come and look at Ward 1.
You can have the ones in my ward. I want you to have them.
Can have some of mine too.
Yeah.
Well,
future ones.
That I believe that's the solution, to creating jobs, and I certainly want to, get to that solution. But you got to start with attracting development, and I also, given that the time is short, I can't do this alone. I want to thank my staff for the great work that they put into this.
I think we are all so appreciative of our staff at our offices.
Yes. Can I just add quickly with community centres? I'm sorry. The thing I do disagree with, we've got to save them all. I don't think we should be pitting one against the other. We do have ways of keeping them open. We should be adding more programs rather than taking programs away, which adds more funding. We need to stick together. We need to save all 12 community centres.
Sarah, I agree. The community centres are important to all communities, but I've been fighting hard for mine, and I think we all have to fight for our respective community centres. And I also, want to thank you, Josh, for inviting Sarah and I. I think this has been great.
Thank you, Josh.
I enjoyed it very much.
It's been fun.
My great pleasure.
And also, we talked earlier about balance. It's hard, and one of the big issues for me has been trying to create that balance in my own life. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my family for having the patience, because
they don't see much
without
of us
their
anymore,
support,
do they?
Exactly. So and I want to wish everyone out there a very happy Christmas and happy Hanukkah and all the wonderful
happy
things
holidays.
in a new year.
Thank you, and actually, thank you for segueing to this because, again, the city will not be on the air for Christmas because I hope that you're not listening to anyone on the air on Christmas.
No politics Christmas Day.
But if you do listen to the radio on Christmas, listen to In-Depth Radio Newstalk 1010. It's your Christmas station. But we will be playing on New Year's, a special New Year's edition. I interviewed the two of you.
Yes.
I interviewed all of the 14, including myself, I'll explain that later, new councillors to City Hall about their hopes and dreams for next year, their reflections on last year, and their personal New Year's resolutions. Let me just give you a little teaser of one that I had with Councillor Ford. Any personal resolutions, anything you want to change about yourself for 2012?
No, it always comes down to, my belly here. I gotta lose a few pounds, so my wife and my kids tell me. But
so you could use a little less gravy yourself.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I'm sure chasing all the lefties around down here might lose a few pounds.
So that's just a little teaser of what you're going to be hearing.
Keep him running.
If you're tuning in on New Year's Day, that's a little taste of what you're going to be hearing. I interviewed every one of the new councillors. That's a third of council. Wow. To hear from all of you, to get a sense of really what you want out of council for the next year and what was the first year like. And every one of them, I heard three constant themes. One is transit is a big priority. Mm-hmm. Number two, the polarization and divisiveness at council has been a real frustration and sadness for them. And then three, most of, not all of us, yearn to have more of a balance, as Vince was saying, between our work life, which can be all-encompassing, and time with our friends and family, which, frankly, gives us grounding to be able to do the good work we do as councillors. Definitely. I want to thank all of my listeners. I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. However you choose to celebrate the holidays, please have a restful and happy season. I want to thank Dan Jacobs, my incredibly awesome producer, Tony Tedesco, the most brilliant tech producer in all of radio, and all of you. Happy New Year's, everyone. It is 2:59. Stay tuned for the Tarek Fatah Show.
Thank you, John.